found out.
What, you just went into the wrong bathroom?
I did? Are you sure? Oh, I did. No wonder there's girls in there. Did you know they sound like dying pigs?
Yes, they do.
Speaking of dying pigs, Mr. Twinkletoes is giving us another pop quiz on the War 1812, which he didn't tell us anything about.
Hey guys.
Hey.
What you doing?
Nothing.
What you doing?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Well, Mr. Shakes a Lot is giving us another pop quiz on the War of 1812 again.
Wow. Well, do you guys need some facts?
Yeah, what you think, wise guy?
Calm it down there, man. Well, I got some more diagrams. Do you want to see them?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Can you tell us more about the War of 1812, please?
Oh, okay. Some of the things that happened were the British invasion, and in late December of 1814, they signed the Treaty of Ghent. In January 1815, they started another battle called the Battle of New Orleans. And in about February 1815, that ended. Well, do you guys kind of get what I said?
Not really.
Not on the bright side.
What, was that the recess bell?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time for recess.
Nice and loud.
British invasion 1814. In 1814, the situation for the American forces grew much worse. The British finally defeated the French, so they were free to concentrate all their efforts on the war in the United States. They doubled the number of troops fighting the Americans. The British then planned to invade 3 key places in the United States. One force would enter from the north at Lake Champlain and sail down the Hudson River in New York. Capturing this area would block off all access to New England. Another British force would come up from the south in New Orleans, Louisiana, where they would also attack from the middle of the country at Chesapeake Bay, near Virginia and Washington, D.C. The invasion at Chesapeake Bay was only supposed to direct the Americans away from more important battles in Lake Champlain. In New Orleans, however, it went so easily for the British that they continued on to Bladensburg and defeat the Americans. Then the British marched into the Washington capital, in the capital city, under the leadership of Major General Robert Ross. The British troops set fire to the Capitol, which is the building where Congress meets.
The White House was gone.
The White House was burned up pretty hot. His leg's burning. No. The end of the war. The victory of Fort McHenry marked a major change in the War of 1812. A few weeks later, British troops entered the U.S. at Lake Champlain, expecting to easily defeat the Americans and head to New York City. Instead, the U.S. troops pushed the British into Canada. The war continued. Both sides wished it would come to an end. The people of England were tired of paying taxes to support expensive wars, and the Americans also worried about what would become of their new nation, of their loss. So both sides began to talk about reaching an agreement. Heading up the U.S. group seeking peace was John Quincy Adams and Henry Clay and Albert Gallatin. The two sides met at Algom in England, and after 5 months of discussing, they signed the Treaty of Ghent on December 24th, 1814. The treaty put an end to the War of 1812. However, it did address the practice of impressing, nor did it secure Americans' right to at sea. It also stated that the British had to give back the land that they have captured in the United States of America. And also, the Americans had gave back the land they had in Canada. The Battle of New Orleans. The Battle of New Orleans started on January 1815. The battle was fought because when they signed the Treaty of Ghent, it was in England. So English people, had to row a boat to get the treaty over to the United States of America. While they were sailing, while other British people were sailing, the British men attacked the Americans overnight. And then they fought back with their general, Andrew Jackson. Then the treaty arrived on February 11, 1815. About 73 men of Americans were wounded, and 1,500 British were wounded as well. But after the battle, it may not have had an effect on the war, but it did save the town of New Orleans.